The sun was setting over the Grand Canyon, painting the rocks in shades of gold and crimson. The mighty Colorado River snaked through the vast chasm, whispering secrets that only the canyon walls had heard for millions of years. A young geologist named Ethan Cole stood at the edge, his eyes filled with wonder and a quiet sorrow. It had been exactly 1 year since his father, Professor Daniel Cole, disappeared while exploring the hidden caves beneath the canyon. Everyone believed he was gone forever, but Ethan couldn't let go. He had come back not as a tourist, but as a son searching for answers. As night fell, Ethan set up his small camp near Phantom Ranch, deep inside the canyon. The stars above shimmered like ancient eyes watching over him. He opened his father's old leather notebook pages filled with sketches, strange symbols, and coordinates that led to a place marked simply as the heart of the canyon. "This is where you wanted to go, Dad," Ethan whispered. "Then that's where I'll find you." The next morning, the air was sharp and dry. Ethan began his descent down a hidden trail, one his father had drawn in the notebook but didn't exist on any official map. The deeper he went, the quieter the world became. No sound of tourists, no echoes of voices, just the hum of wind and the whisper of ancient spirits. Hours passed. He reached a narrow canyon wall, covered in strange carvings, petroglyphs, left by the ancestral Puebloans, the first people to call this land home. Among the carvings was a spiral, and in the center, a symbol that matched one in his father's notes. He pressed his hand against the rock. Suddenly, the ground trembled. A crack opened slightly, revealing a narrow passage hidden for centuries. Ethan stepped inside. The air was cool and damp. His flashlight revealed walls of red and orange stone, polished smooth by centuries of flowing water. He walked for what felt like miles until he found a vast underground chamber. In the middle of it was a pool, crystal clear, glowing faintly with a bluish light. On the walls, ancient paintings told stories of gods, floods, and a sacred stone called the Heart of the Earth. And then he saw it. Near the water's edge lay a torn piece of fabric, the same khaki color as his father's old jacket. "Dad?" Ethan's voice echoed through the chamber. A faint sound answered him, not words, but a low hum, vibrating through the stone. The same hum his father once recorded in his field notes, a sound scientists couldn't explain. Ethan followed it deeper until he reached a small altar carved into the rock. On it was a metal pendant, his father's pendant, engraved with the initials DC. He knelt down, tears filling his eyes. "Dad, what did you find here?" As he lifted the pendant, the ground shook again. A faint mist rose from the pool, swirling into a glowing figure. It looked human, a silhouette made of light and dust. Ethan stepped back, heart racing. Then he heard it a whisper. "The canyon remembers." The light touched his hand, and in a flash, he saw visions. Rivers carving stone for millions of years. Ancient tribes praying to the spirits of the canyon. Explorers, storms, and at last his father discovering the same chamber, recording notes, then getting caught in a cave-in. The spirit faded, and Ethan fell to his knees. He finally understood. His father hadn't vanished. He had become part of the canyon itself. When Ethan returned to the surface the next day, the sky was blazing with dawn light. The canyon looked different now, not just like a geological wonder, but like a living being, breathing and remembering. He placed his father's pendant on a rock near the edge, whispering, "You're still here, Dad. I can feel it." And as he turned to leave, the wind picked up, carrying a faint echo through the canyon walls. It was a voice. "I'm proud of you, son." Ethan smiled, tears in his eyes. The Grand Canyon stood silent once more, ancient, timeless, eternal. But for Ethan, it would never be silent again. Moral: sometimes the answers we seek in the world are not hidden in the earth, but in the love and memories that time can never erase.